All right, no problem. Here.
Wait a minute. Okay, let me just play some music here before I start sharing and all this thing. So you're not bored out of your mind.
No, I'm not. I would be.
Um, okay, let me go for old school. Ones that we used to like. 1 minute.
Is Mariama coming on?
Yeah, I've sent her the link. 1 minute. Um, what am I doing? Oh, good space. Let me play some old school tune for us before we start.
Join us
I
today
finished.
and play for 88
That mean I
pounds for
pray
free.
5 minutes ahead of the
Join
time.
player one
Oh, damn it.
with hundreds of high-paying slots and live casino
One
tickets
minute.
for real hosts and dealers.
Yeah, the praying, the Adam just went off.
Blink from the thing them call a broken heart. This
Do
blessing
you
I
remember
want
this?
to pass it. Don't know it from the start. But tell them say
Back in the days.
call and Sasha.
Back in the days. Do you remember this?
I can't get your tenderness.
Oh,
I can't get you off my mind. What is it about you, baby?
I love love.
I'm still in love.
do you remember this tune back in the days? Look at that. Look at Shannon getting ready to dance, boy.
I'm still in love with you.
So girl, try to understand that the man is just a man. That's love.
I'm still in love with you.
Go on, Shannon. Mariam is here. Hey, go on, Shannon, dance.
Hello.
Hello, Sister Maria.
Yeah.
I'm just sharing. Then we're gonna start soon.
How you doing?
We're good. Yeah.
I make your head twirl. I make your body twirl.
Happy
I make you
2022.
baby girl.
What about you? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
That's
I know
good.
you want your cat, and me just can't
I
perform.
love you, baby.
Hey, go on, Shannon, dance.
Okay.
This used to be me and Shannon. One of me and Shannon's favorite songs. When we was about 14, 14 years old.
Wow.
13, yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey. I love you. Go on, Shannon.
I'm still in love with you.
Thank you, baby.
I'm a hustler and a player, and you know I'm not to stay. That's love.
I'm still in love with you.
So girl, can't you understand that the man is just a man? That's love.
I'm still in
The blessed loving from the start, but you know we're at the part. That's the way I give my love.
I'm still in
Yo, what a man gotta do, what a man gotta do, girl. Hey, I know we give her dog love and say bye, bye, bye. But turn around, she asks the question, why? When me leave in the city, girl, I cry, cry. And it hurts my heart to tell a lie. So don't cry no more, baby girl, for sure. Just remember the good times we had before.
I love you, baby.
I know you get the little loving and be
You
gone.
don't know how to love me.
I ain't no time for no kiss up my
Not
tongue.
even how to kiss me.
I do my take your little advice
I
down.
don't know why.
Baby girl,
I love you, baby.
I love you, love.
I'm still in love with
With
you.
you,
But I'm
girl.
a hustler and a player, and you know I'm not to stay. That's the
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
still in love with you.
So girl,
Mariam, I love your
Yeah.
red scarf.
The red stuff.
Thank you.
People is up.
Yeah, yeah.
If you was in the UK, I would have told you to post it to me.
I think I need to get my daughter to post one to you.
It's really nice.
Thank you, thank you.
I don't know, I don't know, I don't know why. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know why. I don't know, I'm still in love with you.
I swear to share these pages is like another job on its own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it takes forever. Well, let me play another also bangers.
Just give me the line.
Wow.
Just give me the line. Shonda Paul. Yo.
Oh my gosh.
Just give me the line. That's
Yeah.
Pastor Joe. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, let me.
Come on, don't stop there.
And I got to know which one is my flow. I'm in the vibes and I got my dough. What's another buckle of more? Got them looking hype and I got to know. Could I be your protector? You're buffing every sector. Everyone around them wants on your inspector. You know, let them
Yeah, you remember our talent show when we did with Georgina and all of them when they danced to this?
Yeah. In high. Yeah. The good old days, right?
Yeah.
The good old days. You know what? You know what's funny? When we was in school, I couldn't wait till we grow up and leave school.
And leave
Now
school.
that we're grown, I wish I could go back to school.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, I honestly miss school.
Yeah.
I never thought I would say this, man.
I hated school, like always hated school, but
Just give me the light and pass the joe. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, let me know my sides and I got to know which one is gonna catch my flow. Cause I'm in the vibes and I got my dough. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, them looking hard and I got to know. Could I be your protector? You're buffing every sector. Everyone around wants on your inspector. You know, let them mention I really with no lecture. But the power chill now, them see with the injector. Them my inspector, disease collector. None of them are going like them walk out lecture. No, the man with
he always had the best answers.
Ooh.
So and so.
Yeah.
So always bad. Like I tried to dance like them, but
Even me, I tried. I was like, boy, these girls, they can proper dance, man.
they're bad. They're really good.
What's funny, when it first came out,
Yeah.
I never thought it was Caribbean, like, you know? Because I used to always think, no, but those time, I used to always think Caribbean is either black or Asian. I mean, I never knew that it was like white Caribbean.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Because I always thought the Asian because some Asian people went to Caribbean country, you know what I mean? They had kids and all those things. So I always thought Caribbean is more Asian and black. Like I never ever thought like there's actual white, you know,
Yeah.
Caribbean. It's only when I first hear his music, I was like, shit.
But he isn't white, but he would be considered a white boy.
Is it mixed?
He's mixed.
He look white to me.
Yeah,
No, he's mixed. He's mixed.
Well, shampoo is mixed.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I always thought
I don't know what
He's
he's
mixed.
mixed with, but I know he's mixed.
it's mixed.
Definitely his parents, one is black, one is white.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Definitely.
I didn't know that. I didn't know what. Like what nationality? Or
Wait, I'm gonna look for him, and everything are on Google. Definitely, it should be because those people from Caribbean or grandparents or somebody out there, in the
yeah,
family. Yeah.
okay.
Oh wow.
Sean Paul. He was the shit. But they,
Ah?
he was the shit. The like he ruled the dance hall for however long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't go to a party and not be
Oh,
jamming.
those days, come on. You cannot go to a party without if they don't play shampoo music, then the party was not good.
Party was shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
true.
They had to
Wow.
push shampoo. And then
Yeah.
there was another guy, but I always forget his name now. There was another. Ah, I found him. I found him. I found him. I have found him. Shannon, when
Yeah.
this music come on, you're gonna remember him. 1 minute. I found him.
I could behave myself. I'm on camera. Be very
Yeah,
ladylike.
please do. Please behave yourself.
Yes.
Do,
Stay calm.
do you remember the song?
Oh, Kevin Little. Yeah.
Do you remember him?
This song was so bad.
So I'm in the party, and you put it on me, pushing everything right back on top of me. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. You better change your mind. You're going home. You're going home with me tonight. Let me hold you, cause my body. You got me going crazy, yo. Turn me on, let me tell you. You got me going crazy, yo. Turn me on. Wake up with me, with my mind to all over say yeah, yeah. It's just to me, boy, just push that thing. Push your collar back on me. Let me hold you. You got me going crazy, yo. Turn me on, let me tell you. You got me going crazy, yo. Turn me on. On me, kiss me, squeeze me. On me, kiss it, caress me. On me, kiss me, squeeze me. On me. Okay, I've finished now. We're starting. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just pause that.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Whichever part of the world you're at, that's my special greeting to you all. And today we have Shannon and Mariam. By the way, my name is Kondeh, and I'm based in London, United Kingdom. And this show, the name is called Red Flag Show. So I'm gonna give Shannon the topic. No, I'm gonna tell Shannon to introduce herself. Then after Mariam is gonna introduce herself before we start. Shannon, can you please tell our audience who you are and where you are based, please?
All right. My name is Shannon Viechweg, and I am based in Trinidad and Tobago, which is in the Caribbean, in the West Indies, and I am happy to be here with you. Oh, what I forgot to say first and foremost, scratch all that. Happy New Year! Happy,
Yeah,
happy, happy New
I,
Year!
I mean,
We did it to 2022. It was a tough 2021, but we
yeah.
made 2022. And all right, so I'm Shannon Viechweg from Trinidad and Tobago. I'm in the Caribbean, the West Indies, and I know my accent may be a little bit difficult to understand or follow. So if you all have issues understanding what I'm saying, just ask for clarity. And yeah, we'll make it clear in the comment section. So I'll pass you on to Mariama. Mariama,
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Wherever you are watching from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Mariama. I based in the UK, but right now I'm in the US.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so
happy 2022. I wish you all the prosperous new year.
I can't believe it. We in 2022. Can you imagine?
20
Yep.
was hell. This is a new year, new beginning.
Yep. Mhm.
Ah, you can say that again.
But for
Mariam.
oh my God.
Well, it wasn't that bad for me. It was almost through the ending, but yeah,
Right.
alhamdulillah, yeah. But what we can say is thank God. Ishmael, I'm doing my life. Oh my God.
Right now,
Ishmael, please. No, my the lighting in my room is really bad, so I came near to their door where the lighting is okay.
right.
I think he wants to go, so I'm like, no, 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 no. You stay in the room until I finish this live. Okay. Basically, today, Shannon, you said that last week the topic that our sister Mariam brought us that it was a very good topic. You wanted us to
Mhm.
continue with it today. I'm gonna give the topic to Sister Mariam because if please correct me if I'm wrong. The topic was about family dynamic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if the father
Family
is absent
dynamic.
in the child life, we
Yeah.
Yeah.
should encourage the fathers to be more in the kid's life, isn't it?
Right.
So I'm gonna give the topic to you to sort of start the show, and
Right.
then when you say your part, why you think we should, encourage like fathers to be in the children life.
Mhm.
I will add someone to it, and then I will say my reason, and then Shannon here, because Shannon, growing up, she got her own reason. She will add on to it. So please,
Okay.
the topic is with you, Sister Mariam. If you can please tell the people what we're going to talk about today and all this thing.
Okay. Today we started the topic last week, but we didn't
Yeah,
really end it, and we're gonna continue today and end it. What I was saying was about single mothers and their babies' daddy story. That was what I was talking about.
yeah,
Family, like for example, I was trying to talk about, it's not like begging them when, for
yeah,
example, you separate from a man and you are alone, you're a single mother and they leave you with children. And literally for me, the man is supposed to also be taking care of their responsibility, because the responsibility of a child is not supposed to be on one person, one parent. Now, neither on the mother, neither on the father. It's supposed to be on both, because at the end of the day, the kids are ours. It's not just for one person. So I was trying to like saying that especially the men, because they have we came from West Africa, because that's where it's popular. I'm not too familiar with other people. I don't really associate myself too much, but I
yeah,
know that a few people that I know, but I know we from our West Africa, especially in Madingo community, I'm hearing this issue is growing. It's a concern that once you separate from a man, they don't want to do anything for the child, for the children again, child, whatever. They want to like punish you because I want them to come back to me, or for whatever reason. Even the women also do. It's not only about the men. Even the women sometimes when they separate from a man because they are better, they forget that the children exist, and they would keep the children for the men. Act like no, he's not going to see his son, or some of them or he's not going to see his child. Some might even use the opportunity to want to get through the men back using the child, as an excuse. So I was trying to say, especially when it comes to the well-being of the children, because that have to be, because the mother, in most cases, mothers are the one that the children stay with. Most, let me say 95% of the cases, is the mother that always have the children. So I
Right.
was trying to say that the men should also, even though the children are now with you don't have to wait for the mother to go on child support. You don't have to wait for you to get to that extent. You guys can just make an arrangement. So, okay, since I'm not with you anymore, let's do this way. I will help you with this, with the children, because they are my children. I also want to see them. I want to be involved in the children's life, because my main concern is that we leaving the children aside. The children will go extreme when they grow up that way, no father figure. It's not easy. Some of us, well, for me, in my case, I can say in my case, but I know most of my friends, they have been going through that a lot. No father figure, and they just there as a single child. with their mother. The father is not involved. If not the father, the mother is not involved. I just feel that we should talk about that in the
Yeah.
that the community, everyone that is watching, wherever you are, we all should think about it, especially both. I'm not really going to push on the men one side. I want to talk about the both side because I know some women too, apart from the financial area, they do some stuff that are so much unforgiving, I know, because they can use the children. But mostly, my concern was the men that they have to wait and leave the women there with the children. They don't want to do anything for the women there because they want the women there to suffer so they can
Yeah.
come back to them, forgetting to know that those children is not only for that woman, those children or that child is for the both of you. You even put that child in that woman home. So it is your responsibility equally as the mother. You, the father, are supposed to provide when we go to religious place. Even I'm not too, I don't know much about the Bible, but we all went to Christian school. And, the father is also supposed to provide for the child. The father is the breadwinner for the house, not the mother. Normally, before our parenting time, but now, luckily, we are lucky. Everybody is working. The mother and the father, everybody will be doing things. And everybody go to school. But before, during our parenting time, everything was our father that used to do it.
Yeah.
If you can argue with me, Haja, we the Manigo, we from the West Africa, when we got set, when our parents separate from our mothers, then normally our parents can take us, our father are the one that the children stay with our father because they take care of everything. Most whom in doing those days, that's what used to happen. The children will stay with the father of people, and the mother will just go, you will just go to your own home. But even if at the end of the day the children going, our father stay used to help. They will make sure they take care of their children. But now in this our modern days, I've seen that it's getting too much. Women have to go as far as doing child support for some of them to even get involved in their children's life. I think that's very bad. And
Yeah.
I was talking to Sis Aja the other day. That's one of the topics which we don't talk about. Everybody is afraid to say, but I feel that we should talk about it more and encourage those young men out there and also our sisters that want to take that child to be like an roller coaster in their relationship and be like, no, he with a different woman, he cheated on me, so the children he will not see the children and
Yeah.
it's not necessary. Those children they don't have they are not the cause of our problem. Before they came, our problem already there. I
Yeah.
always said it. That is another topic we'll get to when we finish with this. Before even the marriage starts, the problem was already there. But we always like to act like there's nothing. And when the children come, we just take everything and just put it on the children, both the men and the women. So I just decided I should talk about this. Whoever is listening to us, is watching us, we all should share and talk about it and know how we can. I know very well what we're saying here. Maybe some people will not like it, but we're not going against nobody. We're just talking about something generally to just educate each other. Maybe you might be making a mistake, but you feel that you're doing the right thing, because everybody around you is doing the same thing. Be like, no, I'm gonna do it because my friend is doing it, so I say I'm gonna do it on my end. But I don't think it's a good thing to do. So I'm going to leave the topic with my colleague to follow up.
Thank you so much, Mariama. Like, I really
Welcome.
appreciate that. And
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, I'm on the
Your
single.
comment is
Um,
funny.
yeah, ah?
I was just responding to Mohammed Kondeh. He said, "Good
Yeah,
afternoon."
Mohammed Connor, good afternoon to you. Sister, what you said, I absolutely agree with you. But like you said, so you mentioned something about the religion, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I've noticed, if we go to the religion side, back in the days, a lot of people follow the religion, what it says, and they put it into practice, right? Because the fear of God, dig I mean. But where we in the world right now, people say they're believer, but not many is a true believer. It's just all mouth.
Yeah.
Dig I mean?
Yeah.
Because the Bible and the Quran both says it. If you have a child, especially the man, he has to take full responsibility of that child till that child is old enough to stand on his own 2 feet or her own 2 feet. Then, and even Western country, any part of Western country you go to, all the law is that they have to take care of the child till the child is 18.
18.
Once the
Yes.
child get to 18, the child have to go to work and provide for themselves. Do you get
Yeah.
me? But we live in a world now. That's what I was like. What you were saying last week. It's not that I didn't agree with you. I agree with you. But what annoyed me is people know the responsibility, but they choose not to do it, and they expect you to chase them to tell them about their responsibility, and that's where I am against. You get
But I
me?
do
Like
understand.
you and
Yeah.
I know full well I didn't lie down by myself to create that child. Me and you both lie down and created that child. The same way, I cannot go and pin my child on my parents and say, you know what, I'm young, I had my kids young, let me live my best life. Why am I going to take care of my kids? Let me dump them with my grandparents. The reason why I didn't do that, because I fully know the consequences. The way I went and lied down and created those kids, they're my responsibility till they leave my house. And even when they leave your house, they're still your responsibility because you brought them into this world.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And this is why when you were saying it last week, it's not that I didn't agree with you, but I just feel like common sense for God's sake. And a man shouldn't think because me and you ain't no longer together, we don't have to be together for the rest of our life. If we ain't together, we need to be an adult enough to sit down and be like, you know what, fair enough, we're not together anymore. But what can we do that's the best interest for the child? This is why sometimes I always say I'm against people who stay in marriage or stay in relationship because for the sake of kids, knowing that the marriage and the relationship is not working. Because at the end of the day, the same kids you're doing it for, those are the same kids that suffer the consequences. Because when they see the parents not getting along, arguing, fighting all the time, it's gonna somehow damage the child. You know,
Yeah.
what do you want? Do you want a damaged child who's going to grow up and go to therapists because father and mother forced themselves to stay in a relationship that wasn't working? Or do you want to separate healthily, right? The child then work out. If you're in the same country, the child can go and have go to the father house weekdays, no, weekly, and the mother can have the child weekdays.
Yeah.
At the holidays, the child can go to the mother house, and then they know that when you have kids, you need to feed them, you need to clothe them, you need to make sure your kids is in a home where there's no coldness, when there's heating. You know, you need to make sure all that is. But what annoys me nowadays, a lot of people don't want to take responsibility. We have a lot of angry women who use the kids as weapon, and we have some mind my word, but deadbeat father who doesn't want to take no responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yon just said men have
Somebody
a
is, yeah.
responsibility to provide 100%, which is true. And we kind of, not we, in our society, modern society, we have lost touch with that. We women have tended to take up both roles. So when it
Exactly. Because you know why? You know why, Shannon? Because us women, we have made it look like to man that with this strong woman, yeah, we can do it with or without them. Yes, half of us are strong, we can do it without, because they haven't given us no other choices.
Yeah.
We haven't had no other choices but that.
That's what I want to say.
See?
I said
And this is the problem, and this is the problem we're working with. You get me? So a lot of fathers, they need to start realize it's not by force, by fire that you need to be with your partner. From when you created a child, get out of that box where you think, okay, I'm not with her no more. I'm not gonna give her no money, or I'm not gonna take care of the child because me and her don't get along. No, 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 no. Even if you feel like if you give your partner the money, she's not going to use the money wisely, you can still buy your kids stuff and post it to your partner. It doesn't have to give her money all the time. You know what I mean? Because some people will use the excuse as, if I give her the money, I'm not guaranteed if she's going to spend the money on my kids. And sometimes I always say that's deadbeat excuses because you don't want to provide. That's how you come out of the excuses. Because even if you don't want to finance, even if you don't want to give cash, you can go and buy your kids stuff every month.
Yep.
Now there's everything is technology. You can top up your the mother your child mother gas or electricity every month to make sure your kids are not cold. To make sure they put the TV on. So there's no more excuses for man. Like they can't say, "Oh, she's stopping me from seeing my kids because I can't." She's stopping me from seeing my kids, so I can't give money. Even if she's stopping you, there's other ways of doing it. You can go to court.
Yeah.
You got me? Mariama, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, also as you're talking about now, we are in modern world, everything is technology. You people can also open an account for the child. You can also put the money in the child account.
Yeah.
And that's it. If you don't want to get, because I know some people that will say that I don't want to get in contact with a woman because, hey, I have a brother right now. I don't want to call his name because it's private. He married this girl 2016. She came from Africa. He is here in the US. They were okay. Everything was good, blah, blah, blah. When they got married, she changed. Definitely, she wanted something else, okay? Because she came, she needed a help, and they have a child. So he saw that the relationship was not going on. What he did, he told the girl, you know what? We are Muslim. I'm going to withdraw this relationship. Take your color back to your people, but we're going to continue being so I can help you to get what you want because of my child. Why the girl did? Because she was so bitter, she was not ready. She just wanted to be using this guy. He'll be home. She will go out and do anything she want to do. You know what she did? She threatened that when he comes to the house, she's gonna call police on him and say he raped her. And because America in on the side in the Western world, women will have rights. So she tried to threaten him that anytime he comes around, she would threaten him. She would be like, I'm going to I'm going to and just do something to myself. Actually, you the one did it. All of that, she did it. And what the guy did, they end up going to the police station. Now, even when there's time for him to see the child, they have to take the child to the nearest police station at where she take the child. Then he go and pick the child. Do you think that's even necessary? Because women are also doing.
No, somebody's calling Mariama phone, I think so.
I just want to say hi, Valley. You said hi to us,
Yeah,
and hi,
yeah.
Mohammed. Hi, thank you for appreciating our conversation. It is necessary.
Hello, Mariama, you might have to go out and come back in. If you can hear me.
Valley is asking what's the topic for today's show.
Shannon, you go on, go tell him.
Okay, so Valley, the topic for today's show.
Mariama.
It's basically family dynamics. Sorry. What happens when the mother and father of a child go their
There's something
separate
wrong
ways?
with Mariam's thing.
The relationship ends. What is the effect on the child thereon? That's what we're talking about. And whether or not you should stay in a relationship, pretend to be in a relationship for the sake of the child because you think it's going to help the child in some way, or go your separate ways and still maintain your responsibilities, as opposed to one parent alone taking on the burden and the other parent just not giving a damn. So that's where we are.
Yeah, before Mariam phone got cut off, is
Yeah.
where was Shannon? This thing. So last week it wasn't that I was against it. What I was saying that if a woman and a man both lie down and created a child,
Yeah.
even if we're not together anymore, we both should know that our responsibility is to make sure our kid is taken care of. Do you get what I mean? And if you decide to lack and not do it, I will do what I need to do because I am not going to chase him. Why? Because I don't. Why am I going to chase a man to tell him what his responsibility is?
Exactly.
This is the thing. Like, it's not like that's what I was coming from last week. It wasn't that, oh, because Mariam said we should start begging fathers to be there, and I was against it. No, like some fathers, they need that encouragement to say, you know what, take care of your child. But I just think it's moral common sense. Like, me and you created that child, so you know the same way you have to eat and you have to be clothed and you have to bath and you have to make sure you're in a warm house and you have to make sure you've got light and electricity in your house. You're supposed to think that your child also need that.
And children eat more than
Yeah,
adults.
and you need to also know that you have to provide that.
Yeah,
Not only me.
exactly.
Do you get me? That's where I was coming from last week. Do you
Yeah.
get me? But we live in a society now where I'll say people say they believe of God or all those things, but are they though? Because some of them just talk out the mouth and no
Yeah.
action.
Because to say you believe in God and then do that, not take care of your child, watch your child, the mother of your child, face hell trying to support
Communication.
your
I couldn't
child.
come back.
It's
Somebody
good.
was calling me and I hang the person off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was discussing something. Sorry, it was just
It's a, it's all right. It's
network
all right,
connection.
darling.
Oh,
As
yeah.
I was saying previously, I said, and what happened to that was that every time he visits, she want to threaten him because she was bitter. She didn't want him to leave the relationship, you know. So she was not even expecting it because she just needed one guy that was just in the house there with her, and that was it. Like a furniture, that house she had him, you know. So when he decided to take action, she started threatening him. So what he did was that they end up in the police, and right now, as I'm talking to you, it is happening right now. When he want to see the child, she have to take the child to the nearest police station, and before he even take his child, because he's afraid that he's even afraid to go to the house, because he said the last time he ever went there, police have to come and take him out from there. She accused him of doing stuff that he never even did. So you see, it is happening in the both. And society, our sisters are doing it. So the men, and this is the man that he do everything for the child.
But she
He
need to
even
be
pay.
careful. You need to be careful on that, not to cut
Yeah,
you.
he
You need to
even
be
pay.
careful.
Just imagine, when can you find a man that even paying half of the rent for her? He left the
That's
hospital.
some women are lucky and they don't know they are lucky.
So you see what I was saying the other day. I said, sister, this is just things that are happening right now. It's just not. It's not only the men that doing it. Even our sisters, most of them
Ian is his
do
name.
it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
1 minute, Mariam. Ian. If I hope I'm saying your name right. Ian has wrote something. It says, I think there needs to be some emphasis placed on women's responsibility to choose better man, because most men don't actually live relationship. 80% divorce are filed by women, not man, especially in African community. You know, in the Western world, the reason why that is, I reckon, because with mans, you know, some mans are there. Once they get married, they get comfortable. Look, you know, there's some man there. When they want you, they'll do all the chasing. But once they have you, they'll start now playing you, right? And then African, I could be wrong. African man got this mentality. Once you have that woman, that's it. You know, that's it. And now, like to now, get into another woman inbox, get to know another woman because they know they can have multiple women. You know what I mean, right? And they'll start mistreating that woman, the first woman that they got. They'll start mistreating to that woman because they don't want to go and tell the woman, I no longer want you. They don't want to go to the woman family house. I no longer want your daughter. So what they will do, they will mistreat her so bad to the point that she will take herself out of the relationship and she will file for the divorce. So that scenario can happen sometimes. Do you get me? But anyway, Mariama, if you want to add something to it, you can add something to it, sister.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some to that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
really add some to that, because as I was saying about the children, the same thing I was telling you,
yeah,
that some women do the same. They even do the worst. Like the case I was telling you right now, it's
yeah.
happening in the scene where some women, when they get married, they relax. How
Yeah.
can a young woman get married before you, and it happen in every relationship when you men get married? Before you even get married in a relation, you're dating, you're doing everything. You're fixing your hair, you're fixing your nails, you're dressing nice, you're cooking for him, you're taking care of his laundry. Immediately he get married to you, Deborah, you sit down. You don't want to do anything. Wait, I'm coming. You don't want to do anything. You decide you can want to do his laundry. You don't take care of yourself. You look all sloppy in the house. You act like he's my husband. You don't. Let me tell you one thing. So, say secret. I always say secret for happy marriage. The secret is it takes both parties and the grace of God. That is what I will always say. Both parties and the grace of God. So the same way you're talking about the men, the same way I want us to talk about the both parties, because men do it, but the women, our sisters, will do it a lot. To say, well, let me finish. They
Yeah.
do it a lot. They will marry. They will sit out in the house. The thing they used to do. And men are children. They're like little babies. You have to be refreshing yourself all the time to make your relationship active. Always. Not that when you marry, because you in the house now, you sit down, you slap it. If you are the one that used to wear high, you take the high, you put it under the bed, you wear lapper, you wear slippers. You might do all of that, and the man will still leave you to say, he will still cheat on you. Because I know where you're coming from. You will still do that.
That's how I was. You
You
know,
will still
I'm
take care of
glad.
yourself. I
I'm
know.
glad.
Since you know
I'm
what
glad.
I'm trying
But
to say.
and I also
You
wanted to add, I'm glad that you said that, but also just now, I'm gonna let you continue just a little bit. Some man, I'm telling you, some man give the woman no option with that. Because some women will do all of that. You get me? The man will still go out there, and on top of that, he will make the woman feel this low. Because you have to remember, Mariam, women, they like flower. You know, this is what people fail to understand. When you have a flower in your garden, yeah, for the flower to grow and boost and be all pretty, you have to water that flower all the time. Do you get me? You have to water it, you have to take care of it for the flower to grow and be beautiful. Even when you see other women out there that look good and they're with their husband, it's the man that is taking good care of the woman. It's the man that is loyal to the woman. It's the man that is giving the woman peace, a peaceful heart. Because any woman that is got peaceful heart, because I used to always be like that, you know, to be like, after women get married, they get so comfortable, they start looking anyhow, and then they forget about themselves. But then I realized, especially what I've been through in life, a lot of them come from, they don't have a peaceful heart. Any woman where you know you're in a marriage, your heart is not at peace at all. You worried, you depressed, you constantly thinking, you don't have no time to look to fix up or to look up or to impress anybody because it gives you low energy. Who you gonna impress? The person that you in love with is giving you a headache. Yeah, it's hurting you. You're in pain. Who are you gonna impress? You don't even have time for that. I used to think like that, you know. Before I used to think, you know, women when they get married, they get so dead comfortable and they start acting anyhow. They start dressing anyhow. They forget about themselves. Then I realized, I swear to God, that's what I say in life. Before you talk, you make sure you put your feet in people's shoes to know what they're going through. I realize now, yeah, that women, any woman that is in marriage, they're taking good care of themselves, they're looking sexy, everything is on point. That woman partner is making her heart at peace.
I think it's a lot.
You know?
Because we
At
see,
peace. Her heart is at peace. Yeah.
we see these
come
signs,
in when
like
you're finished.
name of the show is Red Flag Show. We
Yeah.
see these signs of the men that we're with beforehand. They don't just turn into these demons after.
Yeah.
See signs of their inattentiveness, their lack of care towards us, and we still pursue the relationship. We still, like we said, we still think that he's gonna change, he's gonna treat me better. When we get married, when he puts a ring on a finger, then he will, yeah, then I have him, and then he will appreciate all of this. But then we don't realize that it just gets worse. It gets worse. He stays the exact same. So we have ourselves to blame as women for seeing these signs and still pushing through with the relationship. We should cut it off as soon as we see. They don't just, because these men don't just morph into these demons who don't care about you. If a man is attentive and values you and appreciates you from the get go, he's really, I ain't saying anything will happen at all. He's really going to turn into Frankenstein after you're married and after you start a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see, as I was saying, says Haja, you
Yeah.
are right, and in no way, we are all right. The both of us are right, you know.
Yeah.
If the couple that have to work together, relationship is partnership. I'll always say mine. It's partnership. Sorry that you're not seeing me because I'm doing something, but we're gonna be talking.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Relationship is partnership. That's what I believe. The both parties have to put in, not just one person. Not just only the woman or the man. So when relationships start, as Shona was saying, everybody have to play their part. Sometimes they start good, and at the end of the day, they both parties relax. Yes, Haja. They both parties relax. Both parties. The man will think that he getting woman. He later he put it up. I'm married now, so I'm good to go. The woman too will do the same. She will say that, oh, I already have a man, and I'm not going to worry about anything. Even if at the end of the day, says Haja, there is everything in the house. They have everything. They make each other happy. But believe me, in the wrong road, things are going to happen. That it's not supposed to be done. Somebody is there that will do something that at the end of the day, they are not appreciating their partner. They are not paying attention. So the little things that they used to do from the beginning, you know, marriage is, as he said, women, we are flowers. That's true. You have to water the flower for it to be fresh all the time. You leave a flower that is not fresh, you didn't water the flower for 1 week, that flower is going to dry off.
Yeah.
You see, it have to be taken care of. But at the same time, as we women we going, as we saying we are flowers, we have to know that men are like babies. They are like little children. They are like our children in the house. Just the way we have our 2 years old children, that's how men look most of the time. They also need attention. They also want somebody to take care of them. They also want you to look at them and know that, oh, my baby is not okay today. My baby is like this today. So it's the both party. And I was always say, like I said before, marriage, for marriage to work right now in this our society, I'm talking about when mothers, it have to be the both party. Because our mothers, during our parent time, it was different. So how that they used to be afraid religiously, they were afraid of their parents because of society. So many things used to be involved. But I want you right now, everybody is on their own.
Yeah.
Social media, let's not forget about social media. Social media is so much involving our social media is so much involving our relationship lately. Everybody want to impress. We don't pay attention to the things that are around us for us to impress. That we go out there, we go. Let's take it for example. You see some people they will go on social media and click a picture, act like they are happy. But if you go back how they live, you'll feel sorry for them. So that's how relationship is going on right now. Instead of you going on social media and posting your husband picture or your wife picture, and you leaving that man without attention, you leaving your wife with no attention. You guys don't go on vacation. You guys don't spend time together, even with the kid. All of that is red flag in relationship, and these are the things that is happening right now.
Exactly.
So if that relationship is going and there is separation, what will happen? Bitterness. Everybody's going to be bitter. That girl, as I was saying, that my family brother, because the girl was bitter, she was not expecting, she was treating the guy anyway when she and the guy was going on. This is something that real spirit. The both of them were going on, they were so much in love, they got married, and she changed. He was still doing it. He was still taking care of her, doing everything. But she decided to change. So when he got tired and said, you know what, I'm out of this. We're gonna do because of the betterment of the child, we're gonna separate. I will still do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm gonna leave the house for you. What she did, bitterness, and she involved the child in. She didn't even want the men to see the child, and police have to come in. So that's how the society is looking right now. So our message should be like, I hope people, everybody that is watching it, that's what I say. I pray more people share this and listen to us. Our message is that we all have to work together in relationship. We have to first have the fear of God and know the meaning, the reason you enter in relationship, as Sis Mariam said in the last program. I don't know if it's relationship or it's partnership, whatever that we are living or situationship.
Yeah. Whichever
We should know whether it's relationship we're in or we in a situationship. That's the only way it's gonna work.
Yeah, as you said, Mariama, and what Mariam said last week, we
Yeah,
need to define what we're expecting
yeah,
and what our responsibilities are from the get-go, so that we don't have problems later down the line. We each have responsibilities as a woman, whatever you want to be as a woman in your relationship. Some women don't like cleaning, some women don't like cooking, some women can't cook. So, I mean, it's not
yeah.
faulting something like that, but
Shona, I'm not cutting you off. And some of these girls, we were talking about, they don't know how to cook. From the beginning, they used to cook.
say that
Or maybe
again.
they will go pay their friends to cook for them, or they will pay their mothers to do the cooking
Right.
from the beginning because they want the relationship to work. As soon
And
as the
then
relationship work now, then they will start doing all of that. They will say, I can't cook, I don't know how to cook. How do you used to cook before
right,
when you guys were dating?
right,
So you see,
yeah,
that's the point there. That's what I'm trying to
they
say. That the
create
both parties.
problems for themselves. Like if you're not upfront with your partner from the get-go, you're gonna create a lifetime of hell for yourself. Like
Yeah.
decide what responsibility. So I expect you to provide for the family as the man, and the man will tell me, well, I expect you to hold down the house. I expect you to do the cooking and the cleaning and the raising of nurturing of the children. Those are your
Yeah.
responsibilities, and you have to go out. The man has to go out and get the money to provide for the family. That's the traditional roles. Some people may think differently, and it may be vice versa. The man stays home and the woman goes. I don't know, but that needs to be decided from the get go.
Yeah.
We are all big people. We all are responsible for ourselves, and whatever relationships we get into, we are responsible for our role in those situations, and we have to follow through with it, because if we don't follow through with it, we on divorce court talking about how my man cheat and my man don't do this and embarrassing stuff. Nobody wants to go through a divorce. Nobody wants to go through child support. Nobody wants to go through visiting your child in jail. It's yeah,
So
but
that's it. Yeah. Everything
Some
has to be for
some divorce are needed. Some divorce
some
for
divorce
peace
is
of mind.
needed.
Yes, some divorce are needed
Needed.
because let me tell you something. I've realized there's some mans out there because they. This is why mans don't go and get divorced. Some of them, I don't know how to say. Okay, like when the world now, Shannon, is full of narcissists,
Yeah.
people, right?
yeah, yeah,
Right? So a lot of the narcissistic people, they have that image where they don't want to look ugly in front of people. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Right. They don't want
exactly.
to look ugly in front of outsider. But you that is in a marriage with them or relationship with them, you see everything about them. You know what I mean? That is
Yeah.
pretty, that's not pretty, that is unpleasant. Yeah.
Good,
A
bad, and
Mm-hmm.
lot of them will mistreat you so bad to the point that you can say that you want a divorce. So they can go and tell people that she said that she don't want divorce, not me. But it's them that actually want the divorce, but they don't want outsider to think
no.
any less of them or different
Yeah.
of them. You know what I mean? They want to put this nice front, you know, I'm the perfect man, I'm the perfect husband. She's the one with the problem. So we all know as a woman, yeah, every woman, especially when you find somebody that you love, you like, and everything. You know what? This is what I said, yeah, in this world, there's a saying, if you alive in this world, if God keep you alive in this world, you will see many things. Because before, I used to be one of those people. They'd be like, oh, there's divorce everywhere. Because why? I've got parents that are both married and they're still married. But what I've learned about life, when especially in artistic, because I didn't know about an artistic man until I got married to one. You know what I mean? And when you're married to an artistic, from the outside, everyone see this loving, caring, adoring person. But you
Yeah.
guys in a relationship with them, or you guys in a marriage with them, you see them from raw. You know what I mean? Some of them, Shannon, I'm telling you, some of them, they will mistreat you, they will put you through hell in closed door, so you can go and file in for that divorce. They won't give you no choice but to go and file in for that divorce. So it can come from, so they can tell people that you file in, but it's all right because there's some women, I'm telling you now, they got divorced not because they wanted to, because the partner left them with no other choice
Option. Yeah.
but to get that divorce.
Yeah. That's you. That's
You
that's
know,
right.
there's some women, I'm telling you now out there, they'll still love the partner, but because it left her with no other choice, she did what she did because self-respect. You know, because there's something in this world, Shannon, will all go by that. Yeah, a man can treat you like whatever, can say whatever about you, but once they lose that self-respect from you, they ain't gonna treat you right. They ain't gonna treat you right.
Never.
You know, and if you stay in that kind of relationship, in the long run, you're gonna damage yourself. You are the one that's gonna end up going to mental home. You're the one that's gonna be depressed. You're the one that's gonna be stressed. You're the one that your kids are gonna grow up in a broken home because they see mommy depressed all the time. You're gonna create kids that also need to go to see therapists. Not only you will need therapists, your kids will
Yeah.
also need therapists. So if you see those kind of signs from early, yeah, if you Ishmael, yeah, if you see those things from early stage, it's better to walk out of it than in the long run give damage yourself.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm pro that. I'm pro that. Walk out with something with dignity, with the right mental health,
Yeah.
mental health state, then stay in something, damage yourself, and then in the end be mentally not stable.
Deranged. Yeah.
Yeah, be mentally damaged. Yeah, and then in the end, you no what no, it's gonna be hard for you to have a next man because who wants to be with somebody who's mentally damaged?
Nobody.
Nobody. So in the end,
Nobody.
you're gonna do more damage to yourself than good.
Yeah.
This is what people fail to understand. I don't care how much you love a man. I don't care how much you love a woman. When it's not working out, get yourself out Saturday. If people want to talk, they can talk from January to December. That ain't your problem because your mental health come first. I'm sorry, your mental health come first because when you go mental, yeah, and you end up in a mental home, that marriage, that so-called marriage, you trying to protect, that man would leave you like a little dog and go and marry the next woman. He will do
Yep.
it. I'm
Yeah,
going to
Yep.
marry the next woman tomorrow.
true.
Yep.
And you
True.
all are there making yourself get worked up. You all there stressing yourself out for what? For something that if something happened to you, even when you die, if you know some women, sometimes I think there's some women that have even committed suicide because of love.
Of
Yeah, it
course.
happened. It happened.
That happened. That
It
happened.
happened. It can get, and then you think those that have committed suicide, that same man you kill yourself from, he has replaced you the next day. So I'm sorry to every single woman watching, or anyone watching. If anything is not working out, you get out of that. Simple. Your mental health comes first. Your kids need you. Your family need you. No family want to be dead depressed because when you stress out, when you depressed, when you're not mentally fractured, your family have to deal with that. Your family have to deal with. They now have a daughter and a son that's mentally not fractured. That is in a mental home. Your child now have to deal with that. That my mom, once upon a time, she was okay, she was fine. But because she tried to make a marriage work, force a marriage to work, yeah, because what people think, now my mom is not mentally stable. Is that what you want? And for your daughter, is that what you want for your mother? I'm
Okay.
sorry, if something's not working at your mental health campus, get out. Get out. Because that's red flag right there. Red flag. Red flag right there. That you force in situation that shouldn't be have to force. You
Yep.
know, love is free. Love is simple. I give you love, you give me love. If you don't have the love to give me back, tell me with dignity and say, you know what, babe, I used to love you, but I no longer love you. And next person, I can find the next person that can give me that love.
That's true.
But don't paint this image to make it look like, oh, you in love, then you treat me like rubbish behind closed door, and then now I'm forced to get out something, and I look like the bad one.
Yeah. That's how they pinch you, leave you with no
Yeah,
option but
then
being
you
like a
look at
bad
the bad
person.
one. You look like, oh,
That's
somebody
what.
who walked out of the marriage, and you get that bad image everywhere. But I'm sorry, I'm pro. If something's not working out, you get yourself out of it. That's me. Like that's me. Shannon, what you know?
All right. So we took a little detour from our from our previous topic. All right. So I'm gonna give my take on family dysfunctional families and
Mhm.
how it affects each child because I've lived it. I lived it firsthand.
Yeah.
So I can say not having a father in the house did affect me terribly in life. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
angry all the time. I was just angry at I was angry at everything and it affected me a lot and I had to go through my own healing in order to see that. Because I always blamed everybody else for my problems, which is wrong. I didn't know that.
Shannon, 1 second, 1 second.
Yeah.
Mohammed Sekou, he said, hello family, I'm back. How you all doing? Happy New Year. We're doing good. Happy New Year to you too, brother. Yeah, Mariam, you can continue. No, Mariam.
Yeah.
Shannon,
Yeah.
Shannon, sorry, Mariam. Shannon, you
Shanna.
can
Yeah.
continue. Yeah.
Shanna can continue.
All right. Yeah, it's not having a father in the household affected me greatly. Anger and a whole bunch of stuff happened as a result of it. Not having true guidance in my life because I think my mother and father were kind of invisible in my life. Um, so that I brought that up not to to get therapy here, but to just link that to some studies that I was looking at today. Based on our topic, I went around looking for statistics and stuff to show that what we're saying is an actual fact that's going on right now. So I just want to read out a couple of studies for you all. Not long, it's nothing to make you all sleep. All right. So um in in Heritage, which is a online source, we'll provide you links in the comment section so that you all can check it out for yourself. Um there is a study by Colley and Medeiros. that shows that the more opportunities a child has to interact with his or her biological father, the less likely he or she is to commit crime or have contact with the juvenile justice system. So I'm guessing anger again, because if you're not angry, it's kind of hard to go out and be a juvenile delinquent and a juvenile criminal. It's kind of hard without anger. So not having a father in your household leads to a whole lot of anger. And I can see this in the study. It's a 2000 study by Colley and Medeiros that show that this is actually true. So we need to, yes, like you all were saying, the men need to remember that even though you and the mother not things aren't working out between you and the mother, or things haven't worked out between the mother and the father, that doesn't mean that you just walk away from the child and your responsibilities. Yes, your relationship with the wife, with your wife or your girlfriend or the child mother is over, but you still have a child to think of, and that child should always come first in everything that you do and think of. Nothing else should be more important than the child. And we have tended to put the child on the back burner because we get caught up in the bickering between the parents. We get caught up in the, oh no, I don't want you talking to this girl, or, and I'm not giving you enough money, because a lot of men think, like, in providing for the child, that the mother is going to go out and use it for herself, which they do. Sometimes they do. That is true. But that shouldn't mean that you starve your child because you think the mother going and buy Gucci or Prada or whatever. That is a terrible reason to not support your child. So I don't want to make this too long. There are other studies which, like I said, will be provided in the comment section below. There are other studies that show um, the effect of not having a male presence in the household. It also shows in these studies that we listed here, it also shows the effects of not having a mother figure in the household. Because there are some single father households, but they're showing that it's not as impactful as father not being around. I would say it's equally damaging for a male child as it would be for a female child, because a girl child needs her father for different reasons, as well as a boy child needs that discipline. Like, without that firm hand, no matter how tough the mother is, without that male figure, it's really hard to keep them on the right track, which is why so many young boys, young black boys in particular these days, are committing so many violent acts of crime. They're joining gangs, like the gang culture. I don't know about the UK, but like I said, about Trinidad and the Caribbean, the gang culture here is crazy. Like, there are a lot of fatherless boys out here, and there's a lot of crime and a lot of gang activity here. So I believe that by intervening in these things, by nipping it in the bud from the get go, men, see about your children, please. I am begging you. Nobody should have to beg you to see about your child, but I'm begging you. Oh gosh, it's your child. Remember, you and the lady came together, you all did your thing, and you all made a child. Remember that? Try and, yeah, see about your child. Oh gosh. And ladies, don't make it hard for him to do that. Let him handle the child. If he don't want you, he don't want you. That's it. Get over it. Let him see about his child. Sorry. All right, go ahead.
Shannon, Shannon, I can tell Shannon is so passionate about it. No,
Yeah.
Shannon, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right, because a lot of this crime, is because kids are not having that discipline coming from both parents. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it's sad. It's sad that we live in the world that is happening, and it's sad, like, especially our community. When I say our community, I'm in the black race community.
Yeah.
Like, we have a lot of kids growing up without a father, without a mother. Just few of us are growing up with both parents there. They got in, and we need to do better. Especially the black community, we need to do better because it's like it's like what people don't realize certain thing when a mother raises a child, certain things she can only teach the child certain thing. After certain things, she can't. The man the child need that man figure to learn it. The mom can't. Like for example, as simple as it is, for a boy to start doing wee wee and to
Yeah.
kiss,
A man needs to be able to
especially when
or
the kids, a
yeah,
woman will teach them to sit down
yeah,
and do it. But a man need to teach them, no, you have to stand, you have to do it like this. Even all that, as little as it is, kids
yeah,
need that. Do you get what I mean? And what we live in a world where Shannon, the word is making me angry. A lot of guys are coming out of their child life and not want to be there just to punish the mother.
just
For God's
punish the
sake,
mother.
stop
Yes.
having that mindset. What
Yeah,
you willing to damage your child in the long run because you want to punish the mother that probably don't want you.
yeah,
Oh, she have made it clear she don't want you. So now she's gonna get punishment, and your child is gonna get punishment, and you think you're punishing the mom. The mom can move on and get a next man that will
yeah.
treat her the way she want to be treated. But your child, even if a next man treats your child good, that father, okay, he's not my real dad, is always gonna be there. And what people don't realize, because a lot of men put in their head, Shannon, that once my child grow up, my child is gonna come and look for me. They fail to understand. Not every kids go looking for the parents. Kids that
No,
go looking for the dad is the kids that have already had a father figure in their life growing up. The dad was there. Then at some point, the dad and the mom separated. The dad went off his own place. The mother went off their own place, and the father was no longer in the child life. When that child grow up, he can go and look for his father because he knows his dad. He had that relationship with his dad. But a child who have never met the father, a child who doesn't really know the father, is not going to go looking for you because what
chocolate.
as
Thank
far
you.
as the child is concerned, you don't exist. What is there to look for? You haven't been you haven't been there in the life. So
You haven't
what
been
is
there,
there
yeah.
that
So,
she's gonna go and look for?
yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's the same thing I was saying that before
Yeah.
Shanna came in with her studies and all of that, which is good. That was something I was saying that the men have to be involved, that we have to find a way. It's not easy. It's hard for we the women to be behind them. You have to take care of your responsibility. It's your child.
Yeah,
But we have to try and involve other partners because at the end of the day, that was what I was saying the last time, Shana. You heard what I was saying that
yeah.
we have to try because the children are the one that are going to bear the
You're right. One
consequences.
that's
Yeah,
affected.
they won't look
True.
at you. What you trying to say? Touch me because at the end of the day, you are the one that suffer it.
Yeah,
It's not nobody. You are the one that was in the
No,
situation, and you are the one that went through it. And believe me, nobody's gonna be asking you how you doing. We all forget about that. We don't even ask the children. We don't even know what they are going through. So to
yeah,
avoid that, it's not being big. It's just doing it for the sake of the children.
the
If
children.
you can communicate with the men, communicate with the family members, or
Yeah,
somehow. And but before we get to that stage, the men and the women, because this is me, I'm going to continue saying it's both party. Because I've heard this and I've heard it and I've experienced family members going through stuff from both party sides. So whoever is listening, for whatever part of the world you are, let's make the children to be our priority. Let's just try our best to not involve them in our problems or relationship or situationship
thank you,
we're in.
Bobby.
Let's try to do our best not to involve the children, to think about them because we have them and those children are ours.
yeah.
Yeah, let's not involve them, and at the end of the day, we make those children like Shanna was saying, being armed robbery, be fighting, being
Shannon is
rough
strong.
children.
Shannon is
Yeah,
strong. Shannon,
yeah,
I swear to God, I've always said to her she's strong, even when we was young. Because I remember, I don't know if you want me to say it. I remember there was one time we went to a dad barber shop.
Oh my
You
God.
remember?
He's
We
a
went to a dad barber shop. You wanted to go and pick up was some money that day, and then it disappointed you that day. Do you get me? And then we end up going home, and I could see your face. You're so disappointed,
that
like.
was that wasn't the only he because he hated my mother. He tried to spite her through me. So he would tell me, yes, okay, come down for for your money for the week, like £30 or whatever it is. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
when I get there, remember how far I used to live? I used to live like
Yeah.
two buses.
Very fun. Yeah. Too. Yeah.
So when I take those two buses and it's money to, well, I mean,
Yeah.
for the
You
bus,
used to. Yeah. Yeah. You used to pay to get on the buses. Yeah. I did the journey with you once. I remember.
so when I get down there, and remember, I'm doing this after school when I should be doing homework.
Yeah.
So all of these things are being affected. When I to get to his shop to pick up the money, he's like, nah, well, I don't have it again. I don't, like, this is
Yeah.
a game for him to see me frustrated and see me suffer and hoping that
What you
that
do?
will make my mother suffer. So I could tell you firsthand
Okay.
how hellish that experience is, the being caught up in the middle of two fight warring parents, not thinking about the child, the well being of the child. Like, you know how much time was wasted, you know how much heartache and anger. That's where the anger came from. Like, oh my God. So what am I supposed to do with money? I remember one time in particular, I don't want to take up too much time telling my horror stories because there's so many. All right, there was one time I was like 14 or 14. I was very underage. Couldn't work because right. And I went to my father. This is after asking my mother for money to go to school and buy books and go to lessons and stuff like that. And I said, well, my mom have no money. Because he said, so go and ask your mother. I said, well, my mom have no money.
Okay.
She just paid rent. She just paid all of these things by herself. And you are telling me, meanwhile, you're driving a BMW and telling me to ask my mother for money. I was like, so what you want me to do? Because my mouth was hot all them time, man. I said, what you want me to do? You want me to spread my legs and get money? So he's like, do what you have to do. He actually
You
what?
joking?
I swear to God, to this day I remember that. And I was 14 when he said that. He said, do whatever you have to do to get money. He said that.
Yeah. You
Because
see?
he was so bitter and vindictive. You're so trying to spite my mother. You're hurting me.
Yeah, but you see, and that's the kind of thing that annoys me. It get me frustrated. Like you want your child to suffer because you and the mother don't get on. Like what part of parenting book did you get that from? What part of common sense did you get that from?
Human being,
You know,
That
like
that's
my
what we
my weakest things is my kids.
yeah,
Like Shannon, even I could be so stubborn, but if my kids say something, I will do it.
yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And even if you don't have it, you do what you can to get it. And yeah, like like I don't know. It get me angry. So it's like,
well that I
Yes,
think
the
that is
suffering.
the message. That is the message we are sending out there.
Yeah,
That's the thing that is going on. It has been going on for a while now. So this is the message, and it's that's what I said. It's both party. We have to keep talking
yeah.
and keep sharing. I just hope people will keep sharing because this is a very interesting topic. To believe me, it's a very interesting topic.
Yes.
Imagine Shana saying your own. Believe me, if other people say their own, you will just cry. Or you be watching this and be crying. It's gonna be in your head. There's so many things that are happening.
Yeah.
So many. So I just hope that people will change with time. Everybody will take that responsibility and know that yes, once
Yeah.
I have this child, it's my responsibility. Whether I'm with the woman or I'm with the man or not, but the responsibility of me, the father, is to take care of the responsibility 100%.
Yeah.
You know,
And let them
and I have, even if the woman we even if she even hating me or whatsoever that happened between us, I'm still gonna be there for the child because
some,
the child needs the both
important.
parents. The
sometimes
children
sometimes
need the both parents.
sometimes we're lucky that we live in a Western world where education is free, honestly, because we can send our kids to school with free. Imagine being in Africa or being in a country where you have to pay for education because your child father is angry with you. You don't pay for your child's school fees. So your
Well,
child will be at home with no education. Your child will grow up with no form of education because
Yeah.
daddy was angry with mommy. He didn't pay my school fees. Can you imagine
when
the children
it's
out
happening,
there? The children
when it's
out there,
happening,
yeah,
it's
not
happening in
going to
Africa.
school, not getting
Hmm.
education because of that. Because
Because
one of the parents is so spiteful, yeah,
yeah.
because of the spitefulness, they refuse to educate the child. And they know through education, the child will have better life tomorrow. But they choose not to do
It's
that
so
because they
wonderful.
like, because they have some kind of problem with the child mother. You know, it's
Yeah.
very sad that we live in this world that people are going. And sometimes that's I say I'm so glad sometimes I live in a Western country. Honestly, because of all that, we have free education. We have like sometimes when the man can't help financially, the government can even help you to pay for the child until you get onto your own feet. You can then, when the child gets to a certain age, like this country, when the child starts school, primary school, then you can go back and work. I'm so glad that we got those options available. Because if we didn't have those options available, can you
Would-
imagine we have kids, we have generation who ain't educated, we have generation who barely have eaten. Like basic living that they don't have. Because
Yeah.
why? One parent decided to be so spiteful and not give them that.
Yep.
It's very
But it's
sad.
happening. It's happening in Africa. It's happening a lot.
Yeah.
It's happening a lot in areas in Africa and in the worst part of the world. It is happening. You know, where they don't have no opportunity. So it's really, really happening everywhere. Just that for we in the Western world, as you said, we have the advantage of free education for
Yeah.
our children. But believe me, if this you go in Africa and talk to people on the street or go in people's houses, you just sit down there on the floor and start crying.
Crying
They have
is true.
so many children not going to school because they don't even have they have not even know their father. They don't even know their father. Some women will have their children, they will drop it with the men and they will leave. There's so many happening. The world says so many things happening.
Oh,
But these
sis.
parents don't understand is that these children grow up, they're not gonna stay small forever.
Yeah.
These
Exactly.
children get bigger. And then that you now have to deal with an angry child. We'll say that if you have a son and that child grows up to hate you, you older now you have a problem. Now you have a direct, and it shouldn't come down to violence, but that is usually the case. Well,
That's usually the case. That's the case. Yeah.
yeah, you now have a full grown angry man to deal with in your old age. You really want that trouble? Like,
Yep.
or full grown, like when I was angry, it's only like this year I stopped being angry. I had a lot of hate towards my father. Good God, I swore that every. Anyways, I shouldn't say this on a live, but I was very angry. And I know if I saw him face to face, it would be a problem. It
Yeah.
will, it will be a serious problem. So they need to keep in mind that these children don't stay small and defenseless forever. They grow up to be angry adults, and then it's also society's problem at that
Problem
time.
exactly. I was just about
Yep.
yeah, it's society
No,
problem because society you have to deal with that. Neighbors
yeah,
Yeah, the
neighbors
society
have
are
to
dealing
deal
with
with
that.
that. A child going fight in the old neighborhood. The child
exactly.
the
The
child
wife or the husband of
mixed
that
yeah
child.
mixing with the wrong crowd because when the child is at home because it leads into so many things because when you don't provide something for your child, the child like for example now if the child have a mother whose income is very low and when she work or even if she's not working all the income is going to bills and the child needs something and the mother is not able to provide that because there's not enough money and the father is refusing to take care of his own child to punish the mother, what happened? The kids will grow up, they'll start stealing stuff. It will start from stealing in the shop. That's how it will
They
start
start
from being young.
lying.
Because they
They
want
start lying.
something, they can't get it. What they're gonna do? They're gonna have to steal. Okay, once they steal now, when they're young, it will be not as bad, but once they're stealing, they're getting older, then they start going in and out of prison. Then it's after petty stealing, then they start to go to big stealing, like stealing people cars, robbing banks, going to prison. You know, then they become a society problem because the society now have to deal with it. Then they go to prison. People that's working, their wages, they pay for the prison. Like, why would you want your child, for God's sake, to go through all that
So that
process?
just
Yeah,
because
go through all that process because you want to punish the mother
will be
Yep.
followed.
or you want to punish the father.
Yeah,
Why? Why would you want your child to go through that? Because you want to, because there's some women out there I saw, maybe the man want to provide, but the woman will be like, oh, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing from you. Just leave me
Yeah.
alone. Leave my kids alone. You know what I mean? We have that scenario as well sometimes.
We
You know what I
do.
They
mean?
are.
So,
They have.
so
That's
you
just what I'm
have
talking
allowing
about.
your
That's
child,
crazy.
yeah, because we do have that. Some bitter mother will be like, oh, now that me and you ain't together, you're not gonna see your child. You don't bother providing. I don't want nothing from you. You're a deadbeat. This and blah blah blah. So we create. You know what? We need to have a different mindset now. You know, from when we created our kids, we need to start taking full responsibility of our kids. Make sure if we're working, we try to provide what we can for our children, what they need, not what they must have.
No,
Because
no more.
yeah, because sometimes kids don't need certain things, but we just buy it and we spend money. Sometimes to educate your kids, you need to actually allow like get stuff that they actually need, not what they
Not
want.
what they want. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I want
because
to
what
say.
they need is something that you teach them about life as well. To be like, you know what? There's
Yep.
stuff in life that just because you got the money, you don't go and buy it because the money's there. You buy
Yep.
things because you really need it. It's gonna help you tomorrow. You got me? Those are the kind of way we need to be educating our kids. Not be like, ah, you know what? Mommy got money sitting, mommy got money here. Go buy fresh trainers, buy fresh clothes, buy whatever you want. No, because when
Yep.
the child grow up, the child won't also know how to manage money because money is being thrown at her or him. You get what I mean? But
Yep.
if we teach kids like, okay, for you to have this money, you need to work hard or have business mind. Or, you know what I mean? You know, be creative, do something that you know tomorrow. That same money, you can learn something from it, or you can build something out of that money. You know what I mean? We're educating our kids. You know what I mean? At the
That's
same
what we
time,
should do.
you
Yep.
know. Eon, I wrote here, all that you have said so far may be true, but who are choosing those men? Something like 70% more of black children in the USA born out of wedlock. They are fathered by 14 to 15% of black male population. So a lot of women are lining up to be baby mama three, which
Yeah.
is true. It's
No, but
It
he's right. He's right.
you know what? This Ian, you're absolutely everything you have written here is you're absolutely right. Us women, you see, this is the thing. We need to start doing better.
Yeah.
Women, we're choosing this man because of pure love. We need to stop. We need to forget about love and think, okay, if I have a child with this guy, if my child gonna be all right in the future? You get me? Like because you're gonna be bringing these kids in the world. So you need to bring, make sure when you bring
Okay.
the kids in the world, you're not bringing them to a
Leave
broken
that.
home. You're not
Leave it.
bringing them to no father that is going to reject them because they broke up with their mother. You get me? So you need to, women need to start having this mindset. When I get, is this guy, is it fair if I get with him, even if I'm not with him, is he going to be there tomorrow for the children? We need that kind of vibe. But anyway, we're in a world again, even if we do all of that, Eon, yeah? People are very good at pretending. People will pretend to you that trust me, everything you're looking for in this planet, I have got it. I'm willing to do it. Once they get with you, it flip and reverse. Yeah.
Yep.
So it
That's
can
another
happen.
thing.
That could also happen. So we just have to pray and say everything we do, we just pray to God that God can give us a better understanding and God
Ah.
can give us a better view and give us the patience sometimes to figure certain things out. Do you get me? But like I
Wow.
said, if it's not working out, it ain't working out. Maybe that's God even giving you a message to say, you know what? I've got a better future for you, but you need to end this chapter before I can give you that.
Before
You
you
know?
go.
We've been talking now for a while, but yeah, because normally our show is always 1 hour show, but sometimes we can get ahead of time. But
Yep.
Shannon, since before we go, we need to wrap it up before we go. What would be your last advice to give to people the topic that we had today? What would be your last advice?
What I will advise in terms of the effect.
Before you start, sorry, Shannon.
No, no, no.
Bobby, I've right. Please don't forget about love. We need your love. Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
But
very,
that's true. We do. We
very,
no man's and women. Everybody need love. Do you
yeah.
get me? Two people. You see two people that happily in love. When you see that's not working out, we need to also realize that what somewhere one person wasn't 100% anymore. You know, one person wasn't showing that love anymore. One person was showing that love less, you know. So that's why you're no longer working out. Mariama, yeah, I'll give the topic to you, my sister. Not be even
Yeah,
sister.
I want to talk about what he's saying there. He's saying that we need love. He's trying to say that men need love.
Yeah,
Men don't need love. Men only need respect. Women need love because we are flowers. That's the topic I want. That's what I want to tell him. Men don't need love. We women need love. We need to respect our husband. What they need is just respect from us. They are the one that's supposed to show us love
Right.
because they are the one that's supposed to treat us because we are flowers. They are the one that's supposed to take care of us. They are our babies, yes, but what we need is just to respect them. That is all. Because before a woman enter in a relationship, I'm not talking about the relationship, the situationship we have right now. Before a woman enter in a relationship, it's because she's already in love. You all will agree with me, sisters, and I know
yeah,
so many people watching, they will agree with me. So, from my point of view, and for everything, every experience that I've been through, and for everything, I will always say, men, what you people need is respect from we the women, and you men should love us. That's the way relationship work, and with the
work.
grace of God. So let's continue.
I just love my sister Mary. See, this is why we both Kondeh. You see,
Yeah,
we need,
that's
yeah,
right. That's
proud
just
Kondeh.
what we need.
You see,
I'm hearing from
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
that's
he
so
also
true.
man need respect. Love is a bonus. That's
It's a
absolutely
bonus.
true.
That's it.
That's
That's true. That's
absolutely
it.
true. But there's some men there, you can give them respect, you can give them love, they will still do something to make you even lose that love, to make you even question yourself why you even fall in love in the first place. You know? So whenever we pray, let's pray that God give us somebody that is right for us, not somebody that we think is right for us. Because sometimes we can think it's right for us and it might not be. And God knows all best. So, like what I say now my next relationship, I want a God fearing man. Okay, I want a man, not the one that says in his mouth. I want a God fearing man. The reason why I said I want a God fearing man, a man who fear God, Shannon, and my sister Mariama, a man that fear God, he fear God. He will know how to treat a woman because he knows that if he treat the woman any different what God says, he knows he will feel that guilt. You know, but a man that fear God, he's scared of God, he love God. That man will treat with ultimate respect. You know, because he
Yep,
knows
that's
that
it.
that's what God demanded from him. You know what I mean?
That's it.
So any woman out there, when we want any man now from the future, let's say we want a man. It doesn't say I want a Muslim man, I want a Christian man. Somebody can
Nah.
be Christian, they can be Muslim, but did they follow what God says? Did they follow what God says, how to treat, how to go about the religion? No. Some of them are religion from the mouth. Everything, when we pray now, let's say we want God fearing man. Whether they're Christian, whether they're Muslim, one God fearing. Somebody who fear God, they will know how to surely treat a woman. If he doesn't fear God, he doesn't care. Because who's it?
When
If somebody who don't fear God, why does it? Why is it going to impress you? Why is it going to do
when
what?
he fear God, he will respect his family. He will treat his family right.
Right,
If he fear God,
exactly,
that's what I said from the beginning. That for relationship to function, both party and it take the grace of God for make
exactly,
for relationship to work right now in this our present
exactly.
situationship we are in. We need God and we to get the relationship working. That's what we need.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sister Mareva. Shannon, yes,
Thank
Sister
you.
Shannon. What is going to be your advice before you go into the topic that we're discussing now?
Well, I'm wowed by this conversation. This was a very deep conversation. Um, my advice would be again to with for people who dealing with situations like we talk about,
Yeah,
where the mother and the father split, but the child is still there, or children are still there.
yeah,
Put the children first. It's okay that you're split. Nobody says you have to be together forever and ever. But
yeah.
child will always be a part of you. Always. There isn't any divorce in a child. There isn't any of that. So
That's
keep the child's mental health. Understand that whatever you do or don't do for that child will impact their literally the way their brain is wired. You could send that child crazy just because you are who you are. just
That's
by
good.
depriving that child of certain things, just
Martina,
by trying to punish the mother or the father, you could add to
that's for
the
my
child's
son.
mental decline. So keep those things in mind, and that child has to grow up and live in this crazy world and be try and figure out this world after you have screwed up that child. So try not try not be your best. Don't be an asshole. That's what I'm saying. Don't be an asshole. Be the best that you could be for your child. If it comes down to world splitting, all right, bye bye. But that child will always be your child. That's my message.
Thank you so much, Shannon. And Sister Mariama, what would be your advice to give to the audience that's watching us based on the topic that was talking about today?
Okay, Shona have already said
Hi,
all what I
Alicia.
was thinking about. She's already said it. So it's the same thing as we started the topic last week and we ended it today. It's just the same thing as I said. We always have to think about the children.
Yeah.
The children, they should not be in any of our problem, both male and female. Our children should be our priority. We should always respect the children. Always. Not forgetting about the children feeling when you get in another relationship, when you having a problem with your partner, always consider that there is a child in that. If there's no child in that relationship, no, but when there is a child, respect that child and know that that child have feelings and that child is seeing. There's no young babies. Those children, they watch, they know even more than you know. They see
Yeah.
everything that you do. So we should always know that the children are in our surrounding, that we are parents, that God gave us those children for us to protect and look over them. That why God gave them to us. They are not our own. They were just given to us for us to guide them, to
Yep.
be their parents in this world. So we should respect the children and know they are there. That's my respect. That's my own advice.
Thank you so much, Sister
Yep.
Mariam. Ma, what you
Mhm.
both said, you both absolutely correct. So I'm not going to be a parrot to say exactly what you guys said. But what people should realize in this world is these
Mhm.
children that will bring into this world, they're our future tomorrow.
You put this in it. Where
And
did you put
based
this
on
in?
if you're a good mom or if
Did
you're
you
a
even
good
eat this?
father, your
No, you open
child
it. This is
will
see.
have that love for you. You know, some kids, when
I
the
thought you
parents
were
grow
eating.
older, they automatically the ones that know that the mom
This is the best
sacrificed
food
or
your
the father
son. Do you know it's
sacrificed,
your days that did this for
they'll
you?
be there automatically, help the mother out and the father out at old age.
This
You
is
know
for
what I mean?
Dave.
But how do you expect your child? Because what people forget, even us that is the mother and the father, we're not going to be strong forever. We're going to age. We're going to age one day. You know what I mean? And based
Mhm.
on how we take care of our kids, that's how they're going to take care of us tomorrow when we get to our old age. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But if
Yep.
you mistreat your child, you don't take care of your child, you want to punish your child, when you get to your old age, your child wouldn't care about you either because that's what you taught your kids being young. Do you know what I mean? That not to
Yep.
have that passion, you know,
Yeah.
Yep.
not to take out, you know, the government. So like there's a thing, there's you reap what you sow, innit? There's a saying, you reap what you sow.
Yes,
So
you reap what you sow.
everybody
Yep.
out there, if you
Mhm.
want your child to take care of you tomorrow or to be there tomorrow, you know, you need to make sure you have that child best interest today. Because when you have that best interest for the child today, tomorrow they're gonna know, hey, my mom suffer for me, my dad suffer for me, and now my dad and my mom they're in an old age where they no longer can do things for themselves. Your child will automatically be there and be like, you know what, I'm gonna make sure with all my power to make sure my
Mhm.
mom did this last stages of her time now where she's old, let me take care of her, you know, or my
Yep.
father, let me take care of him. Do you get me? And for that
Exactly.
to happen, it all starts from now, how we raise those children up. You know, so everybody who came to watch us today, thank you so much. We really appreciate you all. And remember, this is like the red flag show. We talk about things, anything that has red flag into it. It could be family, it could be relationship, it could be siblings, it could be friendship, anything that has that red flag. You know, we come here and we talk about it. So we appreciate you all and happy Happy New Year. To you
Hey,
all.
bye.
Bye.
Please
We
share.
love you guys. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Love
We
you
love
guys.
you guys.
Mwah, mwah,
Thank you
mwah.
for what. Thank you for taking your
Thank you
time
for
watching us
watching,
and
and please
share our
share.
page so more people can
Please
get more
share.
knowledge.
Please share
Thank you.
our
Shannon, do you
page.
want
So
to
yeah.
answer before I stop?
Happy New Year. Happy
Yeah.
New Year, everybody. It's a
Yeah.
great
Okay.
we made it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bye.